Well, we're not even going to wait for the formal introductions. We've got a brawl going on outside the ring. Shatter is going back for his Anarchy Heavyweight Championship. A championship he lost at Hardcore Hell just a month ago. And right now, opening it up on Iceberg outside the ring. Greg Hunter, you were in peril there, my friend. You didn't even get a chance to get the introductions out of the way. Just to let everybody know, this is for the Anarchy Heavyweight Championship. The match is sanctioned by the NWA, the National Wrestling Alliance. And right now, this is going to be a dandy, Greg Hunter. Big television main event.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Anarchy Heavyweight title is on the line. The rematch from Hardcore Hell. The Universal Soldier Shatter, not wanting to wait for the formal introductions, instead takes the fight directly to the Anarchy Heavyweight Champion, Iceberg, to give you the tale of the tape here, folks. Iceberg, we are told, tipped the scales at 450 pounds. The man stands 6'1". The opposition comes in the form of the Universal Soldier Shatter, 6'4". Shatter at 240.
Greg Hunter, I don't mean to cut you off there, but did you hear what he said? Pointing to the stitches in his head, pointing to the bandage. You did this. 1 month later, the stitches are still in the head still bandaged up. A constant reminder for Shatter of exactly what transpired March 22nd here in Cornelia, Georgia at Hardcore Hell 2008.
Hardcore Hell, Iceberg with a great measure of vindication. Shatter is the only man to ever draw a submission out of wrestling. Soul serial killer, the Anarchy Heavyweight Champion Iceberg. At Hardcore Hell, it was by submission that Shatter lost the Anarchy Heavyweight title. We have seen the doctor's reports, JJ. 19 stitches inside and out required to close the wound on the head of the Universal Soldier. Iceberg walks away the Anarchy Heavyweight Champion tonight. Shatter, one-on-one, he could reclaim the title here tonight.
Greg Hunter, you talk about 19 stitches inside and out. That piece of wood, the very wood used in War Games at Hostile Environment 07, was the very wood used to make Shatter tap out. But the pieces of that wood were touching the skull of Shatter. We've seen the bloodbath that it is. If you haven't seen the bloodbath, first of all, shame on you for being a hermit. Second of all, you can redeem yourself. NWA-Wildside.com. Order your copy of Hardcore Hell 08 today, and you'll be in the know.
Good grief, I hate to cut you off, JJ. Big clothesline, though, takes the champ out of his boots. Shatter going to town now, and he is focusing so much of his offense right above the left eye of Iceberg. It's almost as if he is trying to do to Iceberg what was done to him. This is the pronounced mean streak that we have seen emanate from Shatter ever since he became a member of the NWA Elite, ever since Jeff G. Bailey took him under wing. This is the Shatter that has found himself, he has regimented himself, and is in the best shape of his life.
Well, you know, Greg Hunter, the last month has been pretty kind to Shatter. I mean, aside from, the head being busted open, aside from the stitches, he's spent more time in the gym. I've heard that he's locked himself in the basement of Jeff G. Bailey's offices, watching that same tape over and over and over again, trying to find his mistakes, trying to find that one step that he missed that cost him the Anarchy Heavyweight Championship.
Shatter reigned as Anarchy champion for some 7 months. Shatter, very, very accustomed. Oh, wait a minute here. Cover. And only a 2. Very, very accustomed, I was going to say, to being the champion. Not so much to being the challenger. That is the role he finds himself in. And the aggression that Shatter has shown thus far in this match, we're not seeing much of it at the moment. He's only receiving unit of punishment from the heavyweight champion. But the aggression we've seen not only is what we've seen out of Shatter in recent weeks and months, but it is the aggression a challenger brings to the table. You have to know Jeff G. Bailey has gotten into his mindset and told him, you have to change your game. You're not the champ tonight.
Well, you know something, Greg, one of the things, throw this back out there to remind you. You got to remember, it was Iceberg that originally won that Mega Rumble that earned him a shot at Ace Rockwell. Shatter showed up for the match with Ace Rockwell because Iceberg was nowhere to be seen. Shatter took Iceberg's shot, and ever since then, Iceberg has pretty much put that target on firmly on the head of Shatter, and winning the title at Hardcore Hell was the icing on the cake. The thing is, can Iceberg make it 2 times? Can he redeem it and still be a champion, or will Shatter once again prove his dominance over Iceberg that we've seen in the past?
Shatter falls to the arena floor. The wind has to be very short for the challenger to the Anarchy title. Iceberg, a veteran. We don't talk much about the experience that Iceberg brings to the table, but he has traveled the world and pretty much seen it all. Notice he stayed in the ring. He waited, foot on the rope again here. That'll break the count. He waited for Shatter to come to him. He's the champion. He knows what it means to be a champion. He knows you have to come to him. Count out, he keeps the title. Disqualification, he keeps the title. These things he knows all too well.
Well, Greg Hunter, you know, on the flip side of that, Shatter was actually taking his time outside the ring. Bailey had to remind him, you're not going to do this anymore. A count-out's not going to do you any good here. So, I mean, you can see kind of, you know, the mindset of Shatter, as you said, not accustomed to wrestling as a challenger.
Cover after the gourd buster, gets only a 2 count from referee Brent Wiley. Shatter trying to pull himself back to his feet. Iceberg, the no pain train, the altar of human mutilation, is a man that has taken no prisoners in his road to becoming Anarchy Heavyweight Champion, to be sure. He is a man that Jeff G. Bailey knows very, very well. He knows what Iceberg is capable of. He managed at one time in Iceberg's career the current Anarchy Heavyweight Champion. So right now, Shatter, oh wait a minute, belly to belly, 1, 2, and only a 2 count. At belly to belly, very sudden, very quick, lots of impact. Something new we've seen out of the arsenal of this slimmed down, faster, more agile Iceberg.
Well, Greg Hunter, you know, you're looking at 2 men wrestling for the richest prize in the NWA and NWA Anarchy, that Anarchy Heavyweight Championship. But just a testament to the abilities of Shatter. He's still a top contender to Adam Pearce's NWA World Heavyweight Championship.
Phil Shatter at the top of his game, to be sure. Power slam. 1, 2, and a foot on the ropes by the heavyweight champion. You saw the amount of effort it took from Shatter to execute that power slam. That is the amount of punishment that he has received thus far in this contest from the Anarchy Heavyweight Champion. You can see it there.
But Greg Hunter, one thing he can't do, he can't get frustrated. He can't allow it to beat him, because then he'll beat himself. Big elbow, and he went all the way across the ring.
Cover, hook of the far leg, 2, and only a 2 count, a matter of mere centimeters for Iceberg and the Anarchy Heavyweight title right there, folks.
But right now, Shatter's got to stay on him. Momentum is on his side. Fate is on his side. He's got to stay on Iceberg. If he gives him this much time to rest, not only is he eating away time off the clock, but he's also giving a chance to Iceberg to recuperate, and that's not what you want. Iceberg on a vertical base.
He charges in and eats a knee from the Anarchy Heavyweight Champion. Iceberg rushes in, avalanches him in the corner, and now Iceberg mounts the ropes. He's on the second turnbuckle. He is taking his time. He's motioning, waiting for Shatter to rise. Shatter deflected the impact into the PTSD, into the powerbomb. He is staggered. Bailey pushes him into the corner, onto the cover rather, and here come the rejects.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this match, by way of disqualification,
Wait a minute.
is Shatter.
Hey, who's this? Who's this? What is he doing?
I have no idea who this mystery man is, but a thrust kick, spinning back fist, and a Samoan drop.
Whoa! Bailey was blowing the whistle. This man comes out of nowhere and cleans house. And look
have no earthly idea. But Jeff G. Bailey seems to have a large level of control over whoever this human being. I mean, good grief, look at this guy.
Look at the